to the Basement Gun Shop. Well, if you were present or have gone back and saw our first episode, you probably recognize this, my IWI Taver SAL. It could be pronounced Tavor. I don't know, I've heard it pronounced both ways, but I personally like Taver. So we're going to go with my personal IWI Taver SAR. Although you might notice, if you've seen episode 1, you might notice something new. And that's this little gizmo right here. And I just thought I'd do a quick little review of it. This is the Sightmark 3X Tactical Magnifier with slide to the side mount. Quick little lever just mounts it from the gun. And we'll just set that down for a second. There we go. Okay, so we have a quick detach mount. Mounts the standard Picatinny rails. Mounts rather quickly, and if you just pop that off, it will actually fall off the gun. The sight slides to the right and then drops down out of the way for going to just a reflexive sight. And then if you need magnification for longer range target, it very easily just swivels back up, slides into place and locks. There are 4 steel detents. This is something I don't particularly care for. The slide base is machined from aluminum, as a lot of things nowadays, but it appears that the detent balls are actually steel. So right out of the box, the first time I opened it, they left a bit of a groove in the aluminum right here. Other than that, it's no different than mounting rings on any other scope. 4 Allen screws, put the top on, get them set, torque them, 25 inch-pounds, done deal. Tighten this down, and this simply just hinges onto the Picatinny rail like that, snaps in place, and it's surprisingly secure. I just was playing around with it. I have an EOTech XPS2 on my Taver. Once I figured out where to focus this, which just like any other scope that's diopter adjustable, it focuses by turning the eyepiece left or right. And then once I got it focused, the image was crisp and clear. Like I said before, when I shoot, I'm nearsighted, so all my optics in magnifiers, scopes, something such as this, they're all tweaked for my eye so that I get a clear image. And then of course when someone else puts the gun up there to shoot, they're, how can you hit anything? You're blind. No, I'm not blind, it's just not focused for your eye. So all in all, the finish is very nice. It has a kind of a heavy rubber bumper around this end right here and around the eyepiece. It's a very simple tension mount. Tension is provided by a fairly large leaf spring that's screwed to the base right here underneath the lock lever. As far as the swivel, there's no springs or anything to hold it in place, just the pressure from the detent pins. And there are what appear to be 3 sets of detent pins. 2 on this end to capture it in the lowered position, and then 2 on this end to capture it, 2 pairs on this end to capture it when it's slid to the right and then lowered out of alignment, and then one pair on this end to capture it in its raised position. Seems to be pretty rugged construction. It's noticeably lighter than the EOTech Magnifier, but not to the point of distracting you from what it actually is supposed to be doing on the gun. You know, you're not going to put this on your gun and raise it up and go, oh my God, this thing's so much heavier. So, all in all, let me put it back on the gun here. So, now we remounted it to the gun. You can see in line, it has about a 3.5 inch eye relief. So once you're in line, you got that whole thing. And then if you don't need it, and I'm gonna aim this right at the camera so you can see what it does, you push it over to the right and it flips down out of the way just like that. And now you're back to just your reflexive sight. And if you need it back, you can bring this hand over or this hand up, either way, and just push it back into place. So all in all, for what I paid for it, it's not bad. I got this from brownells.com. They're going about 80 bucks. The day after I ordered this, I got an email from Sightmark saying that they were on sale for $63 a piece, and that included the mount. So I was kind of a little miffed about that, but you know, it's the luck of the draw. You order something, it goes on sale the next day. Oh well, deal with it. But still, at 80 bucks, I think it's well worth the money. It has a crisp image, one that I would expect from a much more expensive site in the $200–300 range. To be honest, I am not going to expect the performance or longevity from this $80 magnifier that I would expect from a $600 EOTech magnifier. I just put this on, I picked it up to see if I liked it. I love EOTech sights, just the way they are. I have an XPS-2 on here, an XPS-2-2 on my Spirit of Freedom AR that I built. I think they are rugged as hell. They're just so easy to shoot. And I personally really like EOTechs. I know people, oh, they're garbage, you should get an ACOG. You know what, ACOGs are great, but I'll stick with an EOTech. Why should I pay $1,200 for an ACOG, go down to one eye and lose all this situational awareness from closing one eye, when I can have an EOTech and shoot that with two eyes open and shoot just as fast and just as accurate with an ACOG. If you can see it with this on it, if you can see it, you can hit it. This gun has a 16.5 inch barrel, so range, any range you're going to get from a standard carbine length AR, you're going to get from this. So we're talking 300 yards, okay? And with the EOTech and the circle and the dot, if you know how to work it, you're on target. So I'm not seeing an issue between an EOTech and an ACOG, other than the $600 price and personal preference, the two main factors. So if you like ACOGs, hey, more power to you. I like ACOGs too, but I prefer an EOTech. I like that reflexive sight and two eyes open deal. But getting back to the magnifier. So it came in the box, good set of directions, came with an Allen wrench for mounting the rings to the magnifier. This is the second Sightmark product I've purchased in the last 2 years. I bought a 10-40 triple duty rifle scope for my M1A. And I have to admit, I've gotten very good performance from that. The sight is not as crisp and clear as I think it should be, but you know, you're shooting 600 yards, you got that cranked up to 40 power. There are so many variables that go into that. I'm not going to argue about paying $500 for a scope and being able to shoot just almost as well as if I could see crystal clear through a $3,500 Zeiss optic. And I'm not knocking Zeiss, okay? I'm just saying, I'm just using the two brand names and the price points to illustrate the difference and illustrate my point. Other than that, that's pretty much it on the Sightmark 3X Tactical Magnifier. It's all aluminum construction. We'll see how it holds up, and maybe we'll come back in a year or so and talk about it again and say, oh yeah, it didn't hold up not even 6 months, or it didn't hold up not even 7 months, or it's a year and still going strong. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. I bought this as a test. Maybe if I like this, maybe I'll break down and spend the 600 bucks and buy the EOTech magnifiers for my EOTechs and for other guns. So we'll see how it goes. Until then, if you have any questions about this particular magnifier, I encourage you to leave them in the comments. If you want the model number or whatever so you can look it up, I'll give you that as well. You like the channel, like it, subscribe to it, even better. And until next time, thanks for watching the Basement Gun Shop. Stay safe and keep shooting.